2NURFM News. For our sponsor, Tile Warehouse Warners Bay. Open 7 days for your convenience.
It's 2 o'clock. Good afternoon. I'm Thandi Chindove with 2NURFM Hunter News. Investigations are underway into the possible effects of firefighting chemicals discovered in groundwater around Williamtown RAF Base. The Department of Defence and the New South Wales Government are working to determine the possible human impacts of the contamination, which affects the suburbs of Tilligary Creek and Fullerton Cove. The Australian Defence Force no longer use the chemicals and hasn't done so since 2008. However, concerns over the presence of the chemicals mean residents have been asked to not eat fish or eggs from the area as a precaution. Fullerton Cove Residents Group President Lindsay Cloud says the future of the region now needs to be protected against any future contaminations.
There needs to be an overview on exactly what's happening in this Williamtown, Fullerton Cove, Salt Ash area to consider the future of our catchment area.
The Quality of Urban Growth New South Wales consultations in Newcastle and Sydney were compared by Greens MP Jamie Parker in a conference this morning. This follows Planning Minister Rob Stokes instructing Urban Growth New South Wales to collaborate with Newcastle Inner City Residents Alliance to reduce heights of buildings in the East End redevelopment. Jamie Parker says residents need to keep pushing to have their voices heard.
Local residents and the council have done a fantastic job trying to force urban growth and the New South Wales government to take the concerns about human-scale development seriously. The move by the planning minister to say that urban growth should be reviewing the heights, especially in the eastern portion of the development, are really welcome. We need to have the type of human-scale redevelopment which respects heritage.
A speed limit of 120 kilometers per hour is being considered for the Pacific Highway from Newcastle to Taree by Roads Minister Duncan Gay. The minister claims the current speed limit is not reflective of current automotive standards, as other countries are recording fewer annual traffic deaths despite having speed limits of 130 kilometers per hour or higher. NRMA President Kyle Loade says the NRMA fears for driver safety if the speed limit is increased.
The issues about speed limits are safety versus getting from A to B quicker. So if there was a future increase, it does enable people, particularly on major highways, to travel quicker. But we also know that speed kills. So we want to make sure that we're not just increasing the speed just to get from A to B quicker.
A proposed plan to open up 2 areas of the Port Stephens Great Lakes Marine Park to recreational fishing has recreational fishers and conservationists divided. The Nature Conservation Council has said it will make a strong case to the state government to protect the marine environment so it can be fully restored. Meanwhile, a fisherman spoke to the Newcastle Herald, saying the government obviously doesn't consider shore-based rod and reel-based fishing to be a major threat to the area. Health challenges facing the 21st century miner were the focus of an annual mining conference held in the Hunter Valley this week. The New South Wales Minerals Council Health, Safety and Environment Conference included a range of speakers from industry and government to discuss new ideas in workplace health and safety. Senior Medical Officer for Coal Services, Dr. David Meredith, says miners are increasingly challenged by mental health problems.
The results appear to show that there are higher rates of mental illness, depression in the coal industry in New South Wales. But mental health is shaping up as another significant issue in the industry.
Traffic survey cameras have been placed across the Cessnock area as council plans for its growing population. The area saw an almost 2% growth in population in 2013 per annum, and with the trend set to continue, the data collected will aid plans for the future. Council's planning manager, Stephen Long, says the study is part of a larger plan for Cessnock.
This work is really crucial for determining our infrastructure for, like the next 20 or 30 years. So that's why it's a long-term vision that we're trying to achieve here. And we're working with our planning staff through the process.
In finance, the All Ords is down 9 points at 50.40 and $1 Australian dollar is buying 69.69 US cents.
Sport for our sponsor, Warners Bay Sports Club Fishing Expo, September 13.
The Newcastle Knights will be looking for a win tomorrow night when they take on the Panthers in Penrith. Despite their loss to the Bulldogs, the Red and Blue plan to channel last week's level of effort when facing the Panthers. Centre Dan Gagai says the boys couldn't be too disappointed about last week's result.
That's the way footy goes sometimes, but if we can bring that same intensity and I guess same commitment to this week's game. I think we should go a long way to getting the win.
Newcastle Jets midfielder Cameron Watson is focused on securing a starting spot in their upcoming season opener against Wellington Phoenix. With only 2 available midfield positions, Watson will compete against Mato Polchak and Ben Kantrovski for the starting spot. And in rugby, minor premiers the Hamilton Hawks meet the title-holding Wanderers in the Majors semi-final tomorrow, while the Waratahs clash with Merewether Carlton in Sunday's minor semi-final. That's sport. I'm Tyler Fardell.
2NUFM News Time is 2:05.
I'm Pelican Pete and I'd like to meet you at Pelican RSL. I'll give you a tip. It's well worth a trip because we do what we do very well. There's so much to do, there'll be something for you, so forget all your troubles and strife. You'll have a great time. The feeling is fine. It's a Pelican way of life.
Interesting fact, number 55.
The bus is coming. Yes, the bus that rocks, featuring the multi-talented Eddie Daniels and Susie Lee. Eddie is famous for his uncanny recreations of Elvis, Roy Orbison, Gene Pitney, J.O.K. and all those great songs of the swinging 60s. 7:30 Saturday, September 5. Free admission, The Bus That Rocks. Small enough to care, large enough to entertain. Our sponsor, pelicanrsl.com.au.
You'll have a great time. The feeling is fine. It's a Pelican way of life.
2NUR-FM weather. For our sponsor, Snooze. Katara, Rutherford and Bennett's Green.
And a quick look at the roads first. There's still problems with the car accident at Kooragang, Nelson Bay Road on the Stockton Bridge. One of 2 eastbound lanes is still closed, according to the RMS website, but no significant delays are mentioned in connection with that. Now, of course, the weather, mostly cloudy for today. It's certainly grey and cooler than we've been expecting, I suppose, over the past few days. And we're looking at some more cloud around over the next few days, maybe a shower or two, possibility of a shower for Saturday and Sunday. Monday, a late shower. Tuesday should be sunny. That'll be fun. And then some showers should return through the rest of the week. At the moment, we have 16 degrees at Woodville and 15 degrees at Waratah. 2NURFM.